Well, thanks, Kelly. Yes, thousands and thousands of those Liverpool supporters have got here to Kiev by hook or by crook, and they've brought hundreds of flags and banners that are draped all over the Olympic Stadium here. The Real Madrid fans in white and purple created a mosaic to our right. Hasta el final. Vamos Real was the message from them. This referee is from Serbia, Milorad Mazic, who is just going through his pre-match routine in the centre circle. The teams, to repeat, are as follows. Real Madrid with Keylor Navas in goal, Carvajal, Varane, Ramos and Marcelo at the back, Casemiro, Modric, Kroos, and then Isco behind Benzema and Ronaldo. And Liverpool with Karius, Alexander-Arnold, Lovren, Van Dijk and Robertson, Henderson, Wijnaldum and Milner, Salah, Firmino and Mane. So this is the 2018 Champions League final, and it begins with Liverpool kicking off and playing the ball back into central defence. Liverpool in the all-red kit with the white trim, pumped forward towards the edge of the Real Madrid penalty area, and Real Madrid, who are all in white. The 5 European Cup finals that Liverpool have won have all been against teams playing in white. Salah playing the ball through into the penalty area, an important touch from Varane, who came across in front of Mane in the penalty area, got his toe to it. And the first contribution from Cristiano Ronaldo on the halfway line is a buffeting from Dejan Lovren. Right on the halfway line, Ronaldo was knocked off the field, went down clutching his back, but he's on his feet. So this is 5 Live. BBC Radio Merseyside are with us as well for the commentary this evening, so welcome to those listeners. And with us in the commentary box, Chris Waddle, who's played in the final of this competition, and Mark Lawrenson, who's won it with Liverpool. Get a word from them in a moment. But Real Madrid, who in this first half will be playing from right to left. Here is Cristiano Ronaldo with a little flick, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold gets a huge cheer for his first touch in a Champions League final, which is to whack the ball downfield to the other end to Navas.
Oh, great start. Liverpool rolled it back, quick, long, put high pressure on Real Madrid. Ball falls to Salah, they just clear it away, and as you say, Lovren bumps into Ronaldo. Welcome to the game. But you can see Real Madrid, they'll not panic. Look, they'll play the way out.
Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0. And here's Marcelo on the halfway line. Real Madrid bidding to win this competition for the 3rd season in a row. That's not been done since the 70s. Here's Ronaldo on the left-hand side. Ronaldo plays the ball to the edge of the area to Modric, slightly behind him. Now the ball to the right-hand side, which is chipped in towards Isco, but the offside flag is up, and in any case, Karius was out smartly to get to the ball first.
Karius did really well, John. His starting position, he was out very, very quickly.
Carvajal with the cross, looking for Isco through the middle.
Great move. Ronaldo, he fancies his chances on his left-hand side, doesn't he? Very experienced. What a talent he is, we know that, but he's really come quite wide. He normally plays a lot narrower than what we saw.
You did talk about that, Chris, didn't you? Whether Ronaldo would play in a wide position or whether he would be tucked in, but clearly they are looking to exploit the 19-year-old Alexander-Arnold. But Liverpool coming forward with their front line. Salah now back towards Wijnaldum, who hits a shot which is blocked on the edge of the penalty area, and Varane is able to turn and clear it away downfield. Many of those banners I mentioned reference the fact that we're watching European royalty here tonight. Real Madrid, who have the best record in European club competitions, winners of the European Cup or the Champions League 12 times over the years, and Liverpool the most successful British club in European competitions. Here's Van Dijk with a pass down the left-hand side, but it's beyond Robertson and bounces out of play for a throw.
If Liverpool's brave enough to keep pushing the full-backs on and making runs when they get in good possession, they will get in because the 2 wide men will not track them.
Liverpool win the ball back on the left-hand side, and it's played away by Carvajal towards the edge of the penalty area, but the touch was a little heavy there from Casemiro. And now here is Salah, 44-goal Mo Salah, to Alexander-Arnold, who swings a low cross in towards the edge of the penalty area, and Varane's able to come across.
Great ball in from Alexander-Arnold. Never even thought about it, just delivered it with pace, had to be dealt with.
Takes the throw. Alexander-Arnold flicked on by Wijnaldum, but cleared away by Real Madrid on the edge of their penalty area.
You can see, John, already Real Madrid are not worried about going pressing the ball high. Look, everyone's in their own half. They're saying, yeah, go on, you can have the ball. We're going to catch you on the break.
Long pass from Van Dijk. but it's headed down on the edge of the area by Sergio Ramos, the Real Madrid captain. Now up towards Cristiano Ronaldo, who overran it, claims he was fouled. Referee Mazic says no. Liverpool with Salah. Marcelo in with a challenge on Salah. That looked like a foul, and it is given Liverpool's way.
I think Ronaldo's going to have a word with the referee as well. You're not allowed to tackle him, don't forget.
Well, he overran the ball. He lost control of it.
That wasn't a foul, and that was a foul, definitely. Marcelo there, a bit slow.
So, BBC Radio Merseyside are with us. The World Service are with us as well. Welcome to everyone who's listening around the world to this truly global event, even if it is, in inverted commas, the European Cup final. And, of course, to listeners on 5 Live. Free kick to Liverpool. It's 0-0. We've played almost 5 minutes. James Milner is waiting over the ball. Salah is there as well. We're not quite got things ready yet because the two-man Real Madrid wall, Modric is one of them, and he's putting his hand over his mouth while he speaks to referee Mazic. So we're ready for the free kick near the right corner of the box as Liverpool play. Milner holds his left arm in the air. Salah comes up, runs over the ball. Milner delivers it square towards Salah, who shoots, but it was charged down by Modric, who was one of the members in the wall, and threw himself in front of the shot from Salah and blocked it actually back into the Liverpool half, where Alexander-Arnold's clearance was very nearly closed down by Isco. Well, it was, but Karius fortunately was positioned perfectly to be able to calmly play the ball away, and the ball is kept in over on the far side, the Real Madrid right, but it's pulled down now towards the edge of the penalty area, but the covering challenge came in, and so Toni Kroos, the German, who is able to run the ball out towards the left-hand side, and eventually it finds its way back to Marcelo on the edge of his own penalty area. So Real Madrid in possession, and here's Sergio Ramos, who has scored in 2 Champions League finals, memorably against Atletico Madrid in Lisbon. Sergio Ramos, so much experience in this side. It is exactly the same Real Madrid team that started the match in Cardiff a year ago, and actually there are 5 of this Real Madrid team that have started all 4 of these recent European Cup Champions League finals for Real Madrid. Ronaldo couldn't keep the ball, couldn't bring it down, so Milner finds the ball to Firmino, who passes it through, but Varane crucially just got there ahead of Mane, just outside the D.
Well, also Navas, what was Navas doing? He was in no man's land.
Goalkeeper sprinted out, crucially though, Varane got the touch and was able to tackle Mane. So Liverpool with Wijnaldum out towards the left-hand side. Robertson is there, the Scottish left-back. Now back to Wijnaldum again, middle of the Real Madrid half, and he clips a very high pass out to Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. He's able to take it down, a little ball, he's looking for a 1-2, gives it to Salah though, Salah looks for goal, bounces into the area, Alexander-Arnold's onto it, but Navas is able to come out and smother the ball at the feet of the teenage fullback.
Great goalkeeper. You've got to say Liverpool started very positive there, high tempo, moving the ball very quick. Real Madrid are absolutely petrified to come at least, well, not even go near the centre circle. They're only getting 30 yards from the goal. They don't want to come any higher. They're frightened of the pace.
He made up for his earlier indecision there, Keylor Navas, Mark Lawrenson.
Very, very brave, very brave.
And Liverpool were very nearly in. Keylor Navas, the Costa Rican World Cup goalkeeper. Here's Milner. Liverpool have started quite well. Here's Henderson. Henderson clips the ball out towards the left-hand side to Robertson. And you can hear the reaction from those thousands of Liverpool supporters in the end to our left. Wijnaldum, middle of the Real Madrid half, chips the ball. Robertson's in space on the right-hand side, so Carvajal goes out there, but the cross comes in towards Firmino, who was leaning forward and couldn't glance it on as he intended to do.
A lot of joy with the fullbacks, aren't they? They're not going to track back. Ronaldo's not. Modric doesn't really want to go out there now that he wants to play narrow. So really, if they can keep getting that ball wide, and then you're looking for quality from the 2 fullbacks.
And the ball didn't go out of the penalty area for this latest Real Madrid goal kick. Sergio Ramos kept it in.
I think also, John, with what Chris says there, is that, you know, the joy from the Liverpool fullbacks is if you know that you're not going to get tracked back, once you get the ball, it's imperative that the 3 forwards get in the box and get early crosses in.
It's a really large part of this game, isn't it? The full-back positions, whether it's Trent Alexander-Arnold and Cristiano Ronaldo, or Marcelo and Mo Salah, but it is Real Madrid with the ball on the right-hand side, and Liverpool, Robertson is able to win it back and play it up the line. It's kept in on the left-hand side by Mane, and Mane now driving it on. Modric comes in with a challenge zone. It's a good one too. I thought he was beaten there for a moment, Modric, but he recovered very well.
He's got a bit of everything, Modric, and he's technically great. He works ever so hard for the team. A great tackler.
Yeah, he is one of the five that I mentioned who've started all of the recent 4 finals. Liverpool coming forward, the ball into the penalty area, but it just ran away from Firmino on the edge of the box, and so Real Madrid were able to clear it long into the Liverpool half. Kroos, though, now is under the ball, uses Modric. Modric, that was a little heavy, the challenge from behind by Mane, and it is a free kick to Real Madrid.
I'm not sure the referee actually saw that. Although it was a free kick, he did not see it. He was looking the other way.
Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0. This is the Champions League final, the genuine sound of the Champions League final, live from Kiev on BBC Radio. Modric slipping the ball forward towards Benzema. It's a question whether Benzema would start this game. Gareth Bale only on the substitutes bench tonight. And now Modric swings a high crossfield ball that Alexander-Arnold heads away, but Marcelo is quickly up onto it. Marcelo turns away from Milner on his left foot, shoots but drags it well wide by 4 or 5 yards.
Marcelo picked that up really well. He saw Alexander-Arnold go to head it. His anticipation was excellent. Nice bit of skill to get it back onto his left foot, but you'll not be happy with the shot. That was well weighed.
Already tonight, the big football news back home, the fact that Fulham are in the Premier League next season after winning 1-0 against former European champions Aston Villa. 1-0 the final score at Wembley, and here 0-0 with 10 minutes on the clock in Kiev on what has been a perfect day weather-wise. Well, it's actually been quite breezy, and you can just feel a breeze swirling around the inside of the stadium, but hardly a cloud in the sky, warm sunshine. But now it's a little cooler, and these are almost perfect conditions for football. Here's Carvajal to Modric. Back it goes to Varane in central defence.
Suddenly Ronaldo finds himself right through the middle.
Probably part of the plan for Zinedine Zidane, who's looking to become the first coach to win the Champions League 3 years running. Amazing to think that he faced questions last night about how he was under pressure as the Real Madrid coach. Here is Kroos, and now Isco. Whistles from the Liverpool supporters because Real Madrid have had, I think, the longest period of sustained possession that we've seen in the match so far from either team.
Yeah, but they're good at it, aren't they? One touch, the angles they make. They can trust players as well. They can go in anybody and they look after the ball.
Liverpool, we've talked so much about the thrilling run that they've had to this Champions League final, but as Sergio Ramos was pointing out tonight, and he's in possession right now, they have had a tough road, the defending champions themselves, having won against the champions of France, the champions of Italy, and the champions of Germany in the knockout rounds of this competition, and they're still standing, even though they only finished 3rd in the Spanish league this season.
Maybe they can only beat champions.
Maybe they can. So it is 3rd in the Spanish league against 4th in the Premier League. But forget that, they are European royalty. Mane, there was a high foot there on Mane that caught him from Isco, but the referee allows play to continue, and Mane is okay. So Real Madrid back in possession inside their own half. And after that sort of frantic first 6 or 7 minutes, suddenly Real Madrid have just taken control of things.
But we thought this could happen, John. You know, we knew Liverpool started brightly here for first 6 minutes. They'll drop off the pace a little bit because there's a lot of respect for Real Madrid.
Yep, Henderson playing it through. I think Mane was caught there by Kroos in the centre circle. It was a bouncing ball that was running away from him, and referee Masic says yes he was, it's a free kick to Liverpool, and they take it short here to Alexander-Arnold.
They've got the ball for the last time in about 3 or 4 minutes.
They have. Alexander-Arnold gives it to Wijnaldum, who scored that ever so important goal as it turned out in the end in Rome. Robertson does very well and takes it on and plays it across the edge of the penalty area. It bounces back, and now Mane's little ball to Salah. Salah shoots on the turn, it's blocked. Mane in the area, he shoots. It deflected to Firmino on the left hand side of the box. Firmino just holds it up against Carvajal, plays it back out of the penalty area. That was a clever ball from Firmino. Now it's worked towards Alexander-Arnold on the right hand side, chips it across. Navas dives forward, punches it out of the penalty area where Ronaldo wins a header, but Liverpool are back in possession. And there we saw it really for the first time, Liverpool suddenly causing alarms for the Real Madrid defence.
Just mayhem, John, just absolute mayhem in there when the ball comes in from Madrid's point of view.
Here they come again. Wijnaldum to the edge of the area, but he is challenged well by Casemiro, and now Real Madrid cross the halfway line. Oh, and it's passed out of play by Kroos, most unlike him. And Benzema, frustratingly, to Kroos, points in the other direction, as if to say, I wanted it there, not there.
To be fair, he ran quick, checked, then went again, and Kroos, who very rarely gives the ball away, let's be honest, just a little bit misunderstanding, which they needed a breather there to get up the field.
Yes. And also Ronaldo ran out to the right, so he didn't even come to the ball himself.
It is 0-0, Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0, 5 Live, World Service, Radio Merseyside from the BBC. The stadium here, 70,000 capacity. It's remarkable, really. 70,000 capacity. How the two clubs only get 16,000 tickets is a disgrace. Well, Chris said it there, really. Throwing on the halfway line. Marcelo to take this towards Benzema. He's not had the best of seasons, Karim Benzema. And now inside his own half, little 1-2s with Marcelo and Kroos, and then up towards Isco, but it bounces off the little beard of Isco, but Liverpool then lose possession. And now it's been taken on by Carvajal on the right-hand side, plays the ball, Ronaldo into the penalty area on the right, drives it goalwards, but over the angle of post and bar. Went for it himself, he had options in the middle, but Ronaldo in that position, there's only one
thing in his mind, exactly, John. Good little move, wasn't it? He commits himself, Robertson, too easy. And then he's looking, to be fair, he has a quick glance, doesn't say anything, but there's one thing in his mind, power. Goes over the crossbar.
Wasn't that far away.
We've had 15 minutes now, Mark. What are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking this is really even, Stephen. I think Madrid are frightened to death when Liverpool get the ball in and around the Madrid penalty area. And maybe Liverpool a little bit insofar as they know there's always that risk that they might get caught on the break. But probably Liverpool edging it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have made the point about how, Real Madrid, all the experience and whatnot. Jurgen Klopp was very clear to say it yesterday. Yes, that's all very well, but they've not played us before.
No, and the thing about Liverpool, the way they play, they do not respect any other team, and they just run at them, which we've seen.
And now Milner loses out in an aerial bounce of the ball, so Marcelo takes it on. Now here's the dangerous Modric with his long, lank, blonde hair, giving it to Carvajal on the right-hand side. Ronaldo, who's now taken up a position on the right. Little shimmy from him. Quick movement of the feet in the way that almost only Ronaldo can, and then plays a backwards pass. It's made its way to Isco on the left-hand side. Isco, with a flourish, plays it to Sergio Ramos. Now in the full-back position, Isco, little ball towards Marcelo, back to Isco on the left-hand side. Isco's right-footed cross towards the back post, a leap and a header away by Robertson, comes out to Casemiro, and little angled ball from him towards Ronaldo. Strong challenge from Mane, but there was cover there from Modric. Now the ball on the right-hand side with Real Madrid, and then Ronaldo was on his heels, and Liverpool weren't, Robertson weren't. And now Liverpool breaking over the halfway line with Mane. Salah points where he wants it, but Mane held the ball there. And it goes back to Henderson in the centre circle. 0-0 if you've just joined us here in Kiev. Alexander-Arnold goes for a high-angled pass towards the edge of the area, but that was watched all the way onto the forehead of Varane.
Mane picked it up. You could see the temptation to release Salah one-on-one with Ramos on a race. He fancied his chances, didn't he? But the wrist factor comes in.
Careless pass from, I think it was Carvajal out on the right-hand side, across his own penalty area. Not a particular danger, but it was nowhere near anyone else in white, and it was behind for a corner.
The only person that was near to it was Ramos, and he decided that he probably couldn't deal with it because he was facing his own goal.
So we have the first corner of this 2018 Champions League final. Liverpool have it. Almost 18 minutes played, and the corner to be taken from the right, and we have Mane in the 6-yard, but here's the delivery towards the back post. Navas comes for it, was struggling. There were two Liverpool players. Van Dijk most forcibly put in the challenge. I don't think he's given that as a free kick. He's headed over.
No, and I think the next corner they get, or free kick, do exactly the same thing. The goalkeeper was nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Ended up on his backside.
You've got to say he keeps his shape because he's a very good shot stopper, isn't he? We know he crosses and he punches everything when he can, but he is a very, very good shot stopper.
But obviously constant rumours about whether he might be replaced as the Real Madrid goalkeeper. Here is Marcelo, halfway inside his own half. Jurgen Klopp standing with his hands clasped behind his back. Jurgen Klopp, who's lost in his last 5 finals as a manager, either at Liverpool, where he's had 2 of them, the League Cup, and the Europa League in Basel 2 years ago against Sevilla. Unai Emery's Sevilla, if you remember. And then before that, 3 with Borussia Dortmund. Real Madrid with the ball at the back, being pressed by Klopp's Liverpool, and they have to go back to
the problem. Real Madrid, they're brilliant at playing the ball to feet and little give and goes. They've got nobody to run in behind.
No,
not one player stretches them. They don't. Not one of them takes off as if to come to the ball and say, "I'm off. Go on, play it down the side, and I'll chase it." Nobody does.
5 live. Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0, and it's allez, allez, allez from the Liverpool supporters, twirling their scarves above their heads. I mean, 16,000 official ticket allowance, but there are many more than 16,000 Liverpool supporters in this stadium here tonight. As Marcelo rubs the back of his head, he was challenged, but no free kick. The referee has allowed it to run when he can, and Real Madrid back in possession with almost 20 minutes played, and it is still 0-0. Varane goes for a long left-footed ball. Isco allows it to drop over his shoulder, but couldn't keep it in. It's out of play for a throw-in.
John, that's two or three times they've used the diagonal, and basically they just put it out of play. Madrid, good pressure from Liverpool. They're almost saying to him, come on then, what you going to do? And as Chris says, until Madrid make the pitch bigger, they're going to struggle to get possession in the final third, or Liverpool's final third, certainly.
Yeah, they have unsettled Real Madrid. I mean, the latent threat is always there from Real Madrid, but one of the many banners in the Liverpool end reads, "We are what you fear, the Scousers are here," which had a certain ominous tone to it. Here's Isco, who turns infield away from Wijnaldum with a little challenge.
That is why I'm very surprised Gareth Bale didn't start, and Asensio can come on, and somebody will actually, they will both run in behind. Unless it's his game plan.
The other thing as well is that Carvajal basically is the only right-sided player who's got any chance of getting forward. There's nobody in front of him. There's acres. It's almost like Carvajal and Robertson are playing against each other in both ends.
Real with the ball at the back. Sergio Ramos, Real Madrid's number 4, 32 years old now. Long pass from him. Isco. Ronaldo currently through the middle, but a challenge on Carvajal on the halfway line. James Milner with it.
He's fine, John.
Benzema goes rolling around.
He's rolling around the Madrid player because he wants a booking.
Carvajal
he wants a
quick free kick, looking for Ronaldo through the middle, but it was calmly dealt with by Van Dijk, the January signing, the world record defender. And now Robertson with a long ball over the top, a stretch, it's missed by Varane, it's nodded on towards Mane, but the covering challenge from Sergio Ramos to take the ball away from Mane.
That was a really good opportunity for Liverpool. The header to try and play Mane in was actually too heavy. If it had been the right way, Mane would have been in, on goal, on Navas.
That's Mark Lawrenson. Kelly Cates is with us here. We'll have a 606, by the way, at the end of this match, so you can talk to Kelly and Mark about the Champions League final and whatever unfolds over the course of the next, hour or so. Here is Wijnaldum. It's 0-0. Wijnaldum turning away from Isco and playing the ball out to Robertson on the left-hand side. So Liverpool have started well. They have created threats. Here they come again with Wijnaldum, who will play the ball out towards the left-hand side. And Milner exchanges passes, gets it back. Milner's low ball in towards Firmino, who turns and shoots. It's blocked away to Alexander-Arnold. He drives it in, and it's saved by Keylor Navas. More on that from Chris Waddle and from Mark Lawrenson. And Alan Green now to half-time.
2 chances for Liverpool to take the lead. First Firmino and then Alexander-Arnold, and actually Madrid just held them out.
Madrid are rocking, Alan. They're absolutely rocking here. It'll be a great time to score.
Oh, it was a great save. He really caught it well, and he got down very to his right and held on to it. But they play nice football around Madrid, but they just can't get up the power. Nobody wants to run.
Van Dijk plays it heftily upfield beyond Mane, and it's headed carefully back by Carvajal to goalkeeper Navas. Just feel, Mark, that Liverpool started so brightly, they need to score.
Yeah. Well, I think they feel, certainly in the last passage of play, that that is very, very possible. Madrid now can't even get their passing going.
The pressing from Liverpool is wonderful. The ball is back with Karius. Karius out to the captain Henderson, and now the German keeper once more.
Ronaldo just falling out there with Benzema as well in terms of closing people down, so it's all good from Liverpool's point of view.
And Ronaldo cuts out, rather frustrated figure at the moment, looking for support from the referee. It would be unfair support if he got it. Alexander-Arnold with a throw in, checks it back by Salah, finds Firmino, but then the ball breaks for Marcelo, the left fullback. I'd say left fullback, he hardly ever plays as a fullback.
Great pressing.
Well, that's fantastic pressing from Wijnaldum, forcing a throw in for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold to take it a few yards over the halfway line, down the Liverpool right. It's 0-0 after nearly 25 minutes here on 5 Live, the World Service and Radio Merseyside. Salah gets to the ball. Salah tackle, fairly tackled according to the referee. Ball breaks to Isco.
Where can he go, Alan? Look, pressing absolutely magnificent. Oh, they fouled him. They fouled him. I don't think Liverpool players think that it was a foul, but they had him running towards his own goal as Salah's gone down.
Yeah.
That doesn't look too good. He's got a blow in the face.
Shoulder?
Yeah, he's holding his left shoulder.
Look, he's fell on it.
It was the way he went down.
Yeah, he's just...
goodness gracious.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Just watching the replay. The tackle was by Ramos, the captain of Real Madrid. Salah fell very awkwardly.
I hope it's not dislocated.
Liverpool must hope that he'll be all right to continue playing. He's certainly in pain at the moment and receiving treatment.
Yeah. Physio and the doctor are on, but just going back to the point as we worry about Salah from Liverpool's point of view, they just had Madrid going towards their own goal. There was 3 Liverpool players around the Madrid player. The last thing you wanted him to do was foul him because he was panicking. He could have pinched the ball off him.
I think they can sense it now. Liverpool have been in the game now 25 minutes, and I think they're thinking, you know what, we can up a level here. In the last 5 minutes, they've not let Real Madrid settle, and they've had 2 decent half chances, haven't they?
Yeah. We're seeing replay after replay of the incident involving Ramos and Salah. Do you think it was a foul by Ramos?
No.
He certainly pulled Salah's right arm back. Salah's onto his feet. Listen to the roar from the Liverpool fans. And I think he's okay.
It's fine.
Might be sore. And he's pointing again to the physios. And Liverpool fans will be concerned. By the way, talking about Liverpool fans, if you look out from our commentary position on the west side of the arena, Liverpool's fans stretch from our right, all along in front of us, all around towards the left, and about 2/3 down the other side. It looks like it's 2/3 red to 1/3 white for Real Madrid.
Well, somebody's saying they thought there'd be about 40,000 Liverpool supporters in the stadium, so that would be about right.
Well, the attendance tonight is 63,000, not the capacity 70,000. 63,000. Players resume. Salah's back on the pitch. Balls with Mane on the far side. Mane and Firmino started very brightly. Mane beats one Real player. Taking on a second. Gets the cross in. Did it hit a defender? Well, yes. The referee responded belatedly. I think he was helped out by the touchline official, who looked along and decided it's a corner to Liverpool.
Stop press. Touchline official helped
does
referee.
Something. Actually, did you see the manicured build-up before the game? The way the 5 officials were running in tandem across the pitch.
Yes.
They've been rehearsing that for weeks.
Synchronised swimming, wasn't it?
Ridiculous. Milner will take the resultant corner for Liverpool. And now Real Madrid might be just concerned about Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah. Stick it. I mean, the other corner is from the other side, but stick it in the same place. See what the goalkeeper does. Do not foul him.
There, it's played in towards Navas. Goalkeeper punches it away, but this time the referee spots an infringement, spots a foul, and it's a free kick. Now Salah's down again. This is worrying for Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell how Navas was fouled there. Mohamed Salah's lying down in the middle of the Real Madrid half. This would be a terrible blow. He's in tears. My shoulder. You could lip read what he said there.
Well,
my shoulder.
I have to say, I dislocated mine in a European Cup final at Heysel. I knew straight away though that it was dislocated because I'd done it before, I don't know whether he's fully dislocated, but obviously it's like a ball and socket thing, and once it comes out Alan, it stays out permanently unless you have an operation.
Well, he's in tears, and it is double tears because of the pain and the agony of knowing that he's about to leave the Champions League final. He's back on his feet again, but I think that's only to walk off the field. He's been comforted by Mane, but Mo Salah, 44 goals this season, 10 of them in the Champions League. A fantastic season for the Egyptian, and it's not just the Champions League final that's at stake here, it's also Egypt in the World Cup.
You think Lallana's coming on?
Yep, it is. He's coming on. Lallana's coming on.
Yeah. Well, you cannot underestimate the size of the blow to Liverpool.
And to Egypt.
Salah coming out. Well, and Egypt, yeah.
Well, this is such a blow. But I have to say, of the front three so far in the opening 28-29 minutes, it's been Mane and Firmino that have caused most difficulty for the Real Madrid defence.
Yes, but it might just be the threat of Salah on the other side occupying two defenders, Alan, that's given Mane and Firmino the room to play.
So Mo Salah is off after 30 minutes of the 2018 Champions League final. Now, where will Lallana play?
He'll play on the left. Mane will come and play on the right, and Firmino still through the middle.
It's a blow for Liverpool, without question. And it's heartening for Real Madrid, who started the lesser impressive of the two teams.
Yes, but it doesn't stop Liverpool pressing, Alan.
No, it doesn't. Here's Van Dijk heading the ball away to Robertson as the game resumes. Ball played forward, brilliantly chested pass by Firmino to Lallana. Lallana looks to find Mane, can't quite do so.
I really looking at Madrid, they're like a dog's dinner. They're absolutely all over the place.
The ball is back with Varane, and now to Ramos, whose challenge, fair or otherwise, led to Salah's substitution. Marcelo into Cruz on the halfway line. Forward it goes. Benzema takes it up. Benzema plays it. That's danger here for Liverpool. Modric inside the penalty area. Modric's shot was limp, unconvincing. Hits a defender and it goes out of play for a throw-in.
Great block by Robertson, though. Excellent defending. He got really, really close. And in those situations, you're a fullback. The first rule is make sure you're in the way of it so it hits you at the very least.
Robertson cost a couple of quid. It's a fantastic sign.
Unbelievable story.
From the throw-in, Real Madrid in possession. It's still 0-0 here. Liverpool and Real Madrid in Kiev. Marcelo back to Ramos, who's being booed by the Liverpool fans, who clearly feel that his involvement in the challenge on Salah led to the Egyptian's injury. Maybe that's a bit harsh on Ramos. Anyway, Cruz plays it forward to Isco, right to Ronaldo on the left side. Ronaldo a few yards outside the penalty area. Finds Marcelo, back to Ronaldo. Ronaldo takes it up. Benzema with a shot as the ball broke to him. It's cleared by Liverpool's Milner, and it goes towards the far side out of play for a throw into Real Madrid.
Good defending by Liverpool. As soon as the ball came to Benzema, Milner was there very, very quickly, just stood up and say, again, just hit me, I'm in the way.
Having dominated since Salah's gone off, Real have taken charge. Here's Isco once more. Tackled by Mane. Mane wins the ball well. Mane takes it past two Real players. Might take it past the third. What sort of challenge was that by Varane?
He's got
Casemiro.
He's got a free kick.
Yeah, he did it well.
The foul by Mane, very cleverly disguised.
They're very good at getting free kicks, you've got to say that, but they've just stepped up the gears a little bit.
They have, definitely. Good ball by Cruz to find Isco. Marcelo to his left, but it was played infield to Benzema, and now it's with Modric just inside the centre circle, inside the Liverpool half, on to Carvajal on the far side of the field. 12 minutes to go to half time here. You're listening to 5 Live, the World Service, and Radio Merseyside. Radio Merseyside will be particularly concerned about the disruption caused by the substitution of Mo Salah. Now, good crossfield ball by Ramos to the far side. Controlled well too by Carvajal. Taken up, ball played on to Carvajal again. Then the challenge came in by Robertson. Ball breaks to Lallana, who came on as substitute for Mo Salah. He chips it towards Firmino, goes out of play, off a Real body, it's a throw into Liverpool.
But gets Liverpool a chance to move up the pitch.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, somebody's down.
Is that Ronaldo?
No.
It's
The right back, is it not?
Carvajal.
Well, Ronaldo did, I suppose, console Mo Salah as he had to go off, much of the way he consoled David Beckham when he was instrumental in Beckham being sent off in the World Cup game many years ago between England and Portugal.
He didn't whisper golden
He's not
boot
happy
in his
about
ear.
it, Carvajal.
a little wink.
Carvajal pulled his hamstring a few games ago, didn't he?
Yes.
He missed the semi, didn't he?
Yeah, he's only just come back after the hamstring injury.
I think the way he's reacting, and he's crying again, and I think he's crying. He knows he's gone as well, so if he plays like he did last time, he put Vasquez right back, who struggled badly.
Yes. Vasquez is on the bench.
He should put Nacho if he's going to put anybody. But
With respect to Carvajal, if he has to be substituted now, there's no comparison in terms of the substitutions that have been enforced.
This is really interesting. So Liverpool are having a break now and they're coming over. I was going to say, and Klopp wasn't anywhere near them. Now he's jogging over to the players, obviously to have a little word with them.
The break in play useful for Liverpool, and the stretcher's coming on for Carvajal, the right full-back of Real Madrid. 10 minutes to half-time, but quite a lot of time will have to be added on at the end of the regular 45 minutes because of the two injuries that have been sustained. Suddenly Carvajal's on his feet again. Is the stretcher on the pitch an overreaction?
I think Nacho's coming up.
Well, interesting. Yeah, Carvajal's definitely not continuing.
No.
Well, he's crying as well.
Yeah, it's Nacho.
It is Nacho. Nacho's
He's a better defender.
Well, that was evident any time we've been watching Real Madrid of late, seeing Vasquez at right back. So Nacho being instructed by Zinedine Zidane, the Real coach, telling him what he wants. Maybe more attention paid to Manny when he's down that side. I think Manny's been very good tonight.
Very good, but this might not work out particularly well for Liverpool, might it? He's more of a natural defender, Nacho.
While the Liverpool fans are applauding Carvajal as he's going off behind the goal to the left. That's where most of the Liverpool fans are. I say that's where most of them are, but they're 2/3 around this stadium.
I don't think Nacho's going to affect, because Adam Lallana's playing on the left, isn't he? Adam Lallana's not really going to say, I'm taking you on when I get the ball out morning.
No, but Robertson might.
Yeah, maybe.
The game resumes, Liverpool in possession, following a Liverpool throw-in. It's back to Karius. Karius sweeps it toward the far side. Neat header infield by Robertson. Clipped on. Lallana gets to the ball, chips it high, falls down to Liverpool. Milner played it through. Lallana's through into the penalty area, but the pace of the pass just took the ball away from the Liverpool player through to the goalkeeper.
Just wouldn't come down, would it? There's a little bit of loft on it.
Here's Ronaldo with a pass to Benzema. Benzema just nudges it back to Marcelo. And now it's Casemiro to Modric. Modric onto the far side of the field. Isco back to the new right full-back, Nacho. Modric once more for Real Madrid. 8 minutes to half-time, plus a fair amount of added time that you can expect. Probably 4 minutes. Here's Ramos. Liverpool supporters recognise it was Ramos in possession. Boom. Now it's played down the left flank. And it's knocked back by Benzema. Ronaldo squeezes the pass into Casemiro. Casemiro chips it to the far side, and it's with Nacho. Isco in support. Nacho taps the pass back to Isco. Back to Modric. Isco once more. Nacho again. Isco for the third time involved in the movement. But they're still outside the Liverpool danger area for the moment. Taking their time, Real Madrid.
Still no runner in behind them. How long have we played?
Well, it's back down the centre,
38 minutes.
Ramos to Varane. Varane, his form has been questionable of late, the Frenchman. Still Real Madrid have the ball. It's with Modric just to the right of the Liverpool penalty. Good work by Modric. Dinked his way past Van Dijk initially, and then when he crossed the ball, Van Dijk stretched with his right foot and put the ball behind for a corner.
You see shots of Carvajal going off, and it's straight into the dressing room.
I don't think they've got the option, Mark, because they know they're not going to run games. They've got to keep the ball.
Yeah.
You know, it must be very frustrating because they've got players who can thread a pass.
6.5 minutes remain of the regular 45, still 0-0. Liverpool and Real Madrid. Corner was taken short to Modric. Now it's played back to Marcelo. Played back again. Modric once more on the far side of the field. And now Marcelo clipping the ball, looking for Benzema. Headed away by Alexander-Arnold. Ball falls to Isco, just on the edge of the penalty area, to Cruz. Cruz back to Isco. And now Benzema. Isco once more. They're keeping possession, but where's the penetration?
Well,
there is none.
Not only that, Liverpool swarmed out. They were like bees all around Real Madrid, and then in the end they just forced the mistake yet again.
This is back to Liverpool's best pressing performances of the season.
Oh, absolutely. We're way up there. What a time to do it as well.
Throwing in the halfway line to Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold to take it. And if the guy in the front doesn't get out of the way, he knows he's standing up, obstructing people's view from behind. I might have a word to say to him. Oh, he's gone away now. Good night, son.
I suggest you have 2 words.
Could you make a suggestion of what they might do?
You just said good night, son.
Well, I separate my good and night. Anyway, never mind. 40 minutes played here in Kiev. Marcelo with a loose pass, intercepted by Alexander-Arnold, whose pass upfield runs back into the possession of Real Madrid. It's with Ramos, their captain. Squared to the right to Varane. Definitely Real have been second best, but now it's played forward. The flag's immediately up for offside. Free kick to Liverpool.
Would that be? I think that's the only second attempted pass over the Liverpool back four.
Yeah, that's a great ball forward to Mane down the right side for Liverpool. Mane close to the corner flag, keeps it in play, beats Ramos, just taking it inside of him. Mane crosses into the penalty area, deep. It's intercepted by Modric. That was a very important interception by the Croatian. He plays it Isco on to Ronaldo, faced now by Lovren. Alexander-Arnold getting back in contention. Oh, Ronaldo's pass was awful.
Wasn't his fault though, look.
No, it never is. On the far side of the field, Robertson, good play by Robertson. On to Lallana squanders possession, and it's with Modric again for Real Madrid. To the right side. They're keeping possession, but they're slow. And they're not penetrating.
No. In all honesty, the only thing missing from Liverpool's performance is a goal.
Marcelo takes the ball in. Nice touch back by Benzema to Ronaldo. Ronaldo suddenly surrounded by red shirts, and he finds a white shirt. And it goes back by Isco to Modric. And now it's Ramos on to Benzema. Benzema to Modric again. White shirts available on the far side. That's their right flank. Modric prominent amongst them. But look, he turns back, he's not happy with the options further upfield, plays it back to Varane. Now it's with Ramos to Varane, almost standing on the centre spot. Guess who's singing? Liverpool supporters are singing. And it's as much, I think, to try to make sure the team doesn't get despondent over the injury to Mo Salah. Here's Cruz. Cruz the German. Chips it away towards the far side of the field. Nacho brings it under control very well. Nacho comes forward. 2 red shirts in close proximity. But he plays it to the right. Gets the return pass. Swings across it. Ronaldo over there. Great save initially. Oh, it's offside. Benzema from the save by Karius. Ronaldo with a header, but Benzema's offside.
I've got to say it was great build-up play. I know we've been talking about Real Madrid, but nobody runs in behind. But they worked it ever so well.
Ronaldo was against Ronaldo.
The first one, yeah. He's just offside Ronaldo. He should have scored with a header anyway. Benzema shouldn't have put the rebound in. But he was offside anyway. Got it right. Well done the linesman.
And Karius wasn't to know, and he made the save, which was just as important. Absolutely.
43 minutes played. We await the first goal of the 2018 Champions League final here in Kiev.
Alan, there in a nutshell is everything that Ronaldo's about, really, insofar as hardly had a touch of the ball, been given it away, and he just split second and gets away from the defender. Defender just gets lost under the flight of the ball, and a really, really good chance. Fortunately, offside.
I don't admire his arrogance. but he's still a brilliant player. 120 Champions League goals. Liverpool press through Firmino, win the ball back, and then it's a loose pass by Firmino. And what's the referee given?
Free kick, and he had an advantage, didn't he? Real Madrid weren't happy. They nicked the half time.
That was dim-witted by the referee. Now it's back with Cruz inside the centre circle. And it's Ramos on the halfway line. Very peculiar noises in our headphones. I hope you're not hearing them back home in England, listening on 5 Live and Radio Merseyside or in the World Service. Great play by Lovren to deny Marcelo. And Liverpool bring it out of defence. Mane back to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum chips it forward down the right flank, hoping that Mane will chase successfully after it, but doesn't get there. We'll go from bad noise to an echo, a permanent echo. I'm afraid our sound tonight isn't great.
No, I'm not afraid, but Real Madrid's play isn't great, which is great, as it were.
Inside the last minute of the first 45. Added time to come. Cross into the penalty by Benzema. Shot into the side netting.
Tell you what, we say we're not Real Madrid's not great, but the last 6 minutes, they've come really into the game. They've dominated. Liverpool have come off the gas, and they're asking for trouble. The drops really deep, Liverpool.
And also Robertson was so tucked in there. That really should be able to chest that ball down when the cross comes in and roll it back to Karius.
Right, only 3 added minutes. Seems rather mean, considering the 2 substantial injuries to Salah and Carvajal.
Certainly Salah's injuries seem to be at least 3 or 4 minutes on its own.
Yeah, you know, he went down twice and he couldn't move. And Carvajal as well. Now the ball is chipped in from the left-hand side by Liverpool, but not before I think it had gone out of play. Yes, it's a throw into Real Madrid. And momentarily 2 balls were on the pitch.
I think generally Klopp will be very pleased with Liverpool's first half, apart from the last couple of warnings we've had late on in the first half where they've just lacked a little bit of concentration, and you can see how Madrid can get in.
The key is, Omar, if they don't keep that tempo up and that pressing high up the field, I'm not saying all the time really high, but up at least the middle of the park, they've just showed Real Madrid in the last 5 minutes what they can do.
That was a great ball by Cruz to the right side. Now it's taken up by Nacho. Nacho taps the ball infield. It's with Cruz on the edge of the centre circle. He chips it to Marcelo. Marcelo controls it instantly. Good play from the Brazilian fullback. Edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Will he get the cross in? No, he can't do, because Alexander-Arnold gets in the tackle even at the concession of a corner.
Very good defending. Watch the ball. Stood on his feet. Don't watch the feet, watch the ball.
Corner to Real Madrid, who have been much better since Salah went off injured. Cruz to take the corner from the left-hand side. Only 4 white shirts in the penalty area, and I think Liverpool had got everybody back. And what a surprise, Liverpool. One possession.
It's a poor corner from a player of the quality of Cruz.
Here's Isco. Isco not getting past Mane. Mane's too strong for him. Well played, Mane. On to Firmino. Firmino taps it infield to Henderson. Henderson's chip in the direction of Mane, but it's gone out of play. It'll be a throw into Real Madrid. Marcelo to take it. Liverpool mustn't concede a goal here just before half-time. They did the better side in the first half. Real have it on the far side of the field with Varane. Varane to Casemiro, and Casemiro plays it to the left side, chested back by Marcelo. This is good play by Real on their left flank. Tapped infield to Benzema. Benzema lines up the shot, shoots wide. Karius had it covered.
Got to say, they've just come off the pace, and Salah went off. But the last 10 minutes, you've got to say that Real Madrid have dominated the game. They've had 2 decent chances. And Liverpool really have been the best side for 35 minutes of the game, and they've just come off.
Just seeing a replay of the quote offside against Ronaldo. The assistant on the far side was completely correct. Though it was interesting, he only raised his flag after the save had been made by Karius, and Benzema tucked it away into the net.
As long as he raises it. Clash of heads, I think.
Clash of heads. Cruz and Milner. Oh, Firmino it is, rather. And it's going to be
Casemiro it is.
Well, he seems to have come off worst. The referee demanding the ball. I think he may well be blowing the half-time whistle.
Good news is Bobby's teeth are all right.
He's blue.
Yeah, he has. He wants half time. Well, let's hope Casemiro is okay. It was an accidental clash of heads, certainly not Firmino's fault.
I think
your
as
thoughts,
well,
gentlemen?
I think Liverpool generally have been in control of the game, but once Salah has gone off, it's a little bit like we saw with Madrid. They were kind of rattled for a long period of that game from the start, and then all of a sudden Liverpool thought they'd done the job. As Chris said, they'd stop pressing, and once they stopped pressing, the two opportunities that Madrid had were as good as any opportunities in the game so far.
Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I think 35 minutes Liverpool played what you expect. They had a couple of good chances. Navas made a couple of saves. They looked threatening all the time with the pace. The last 10 minutes they just come off the pace. Don't know why. Real Madrid came back in the game and looked very dangerous themselves.
Half-time 0-0.
Thank you, Kelly. Yes, Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0. So both sides had to make a substitution in the first half. Salah replaced by Lallana, and Carvajal replaced by Nacho. And really they were agonising scenes to watch both players who were so upset having to leave the field in the first half of the Champions League final. So Real Madrid with Navas in goal, Nacho the substitute at right back, Varane, Ramos and Marcelo as the second half begins. Real Madrid kicking off, Casemiro and Modric and Kroos in midfield with Isco, Benzema and Ronaldo. There's been lots of movement between Ronaldo, Isco and Benzema. Ronaldo's been on the left, he's been through the middle, and he's been on the right hand side. And the Liverpool team now, Karius in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Lovren, Van Dijk and Robertson, Henderson, Wijnaldum and Milner, and then Lallana now on the left, Mane on the right and Firmino through the middle. So it is 0-0. Second half just a few seconds old, and Liverpool in the almost all red kit with the white trim, white numbers on the backs, against the famous all white of Real Madrid, the record winners of the European Cup. Here's Mane in the area on the left hand side though, running towards the byline, back heels it, but only into the path of Modric, who's down in the full back position, playing it forward and winning a goal kick off Lallana. So this is 5 Live, the World Service and Radio Merseyside from the BBC. We're live in the Olympic Stadium here in Kiev on a dry, relatively mild evening, and with us watching in the commentary position, Chris Waddle, who's played in the final of this competition, and Mark Lawrenson, who won it with Liverpool. And Mark, you dislocated your shoulder, so what would you say about Salah?
Well, you'll have an operation and it's called putty plat, and you basically oversew one of the muscles so that the dislocation doesn't happen again. It makes it quite weak for a while. I would suggest, John, 6 weeks maximum, he would be okay.
Right, so for listeners on the World Service in Egypt,
forget about that. Forget about the World Cup, I'm afraid.
No World Cup.
Yeah. They might decide not to have an operation, but I'll guarantee you anything that if he doesn't, it will come out again.
Yeah. Well, he was in tears, and it really actually was quite emotional to see the close-ups that we could see on our screens here. The Real Madrid playing from left to right, playing it down the right-hand side to Benzema, scored 2 goals against Bayern Munich in the semi-final. Benzema crossing, good-looking cross, which is headed away, it rattles around off Isco, but bounces back to Karius.
Benzema there, Van Dijk thought he's got him, he gets half a yard and whips it in, nobody reacts.
The ball away. Real Madrid have had the ball in the net in the first half. Here's Marcelo playing it across, it's deflected, and it's lifted against the crossbar, and put wide. Isco, 12 yards out, it seemed goal-bound, it bounced off a Liverpool man, I think Lallana, into the path of Isco, who lifted it over the top of the cross, onto the face of the crossbar.
It's about chances, you've got to take that. Isco's had a really average game so far, he's not been in the game at all, and it's actually come off his shin.
It has come off the front of his shin, definitely.
Big scare for Liverpool, still 0-0. Kroos with a corner, headed away 10 yards out, 1 or 2 shouts for handball there, bounces out to Marcelo, he plays it to the left hand side, a little ball slipped across, the angle ball back, looking for Ronaldo, who is near the penalty spot, but who's intercepted. Karius is down.
Yeah.
Has he collided with the post, do you think?
Well, I don't think he's collided with anybody else looking at it, most certainly so. Oh no, he hasn't.
Or did he?
Oh no, sorry, that was
he injured?
The replay we've just seen was maybe from before.
Yeah.
Isco's chance.
I wonder if he injured himself.
He didn't touch anybody, did he?
As he slid out.
Well, he's up now.
Oh, he's up.
Right, it's okay. But that's a let-off. Big let-off.
Yeah. Just didn't make a great connection, as Chris said. It came off his shin.
As I was saying in the build-up to that attack, Real Madrid, if you weren't listening in the first half, did have the ball in the net. The goal that was scored by Benzema after Ronaldo's header was very well saved actually by Karius, was flagged for offside. There was not much in that. And there Isco has seen a shot against the crossbar. Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0. After Liverpool played so very well in the first half hour, Alexander-Arnold had a good opportunity that was well saved by Navas, but really since about the time Salah had to leave the field, Real Madrid have improved, and they have had those opportunities to score. Here is Wijnaldum on the halfway line. The ball played out towards the right-hand side to the 19-year-old Alexander-Arnold, who passes it forward, but it's straight onto the head of Sergio Ramos. Then Marcelo wins the free kick.
Great play, isn't it?
For the challenge by Firmino.
Great play by Marcelo, just change of feet, one ball left to right, past Firmino. There's nothing wrong with him.
He's got his weaknesses defensively, you know that, don't you? But he's very good on the ball.
Oh, sensational.
Yes, he was asked yesterday, Marcelo, about Jurgen Klopp, presumably, seemingly saying that he maybe wasn't the best defender. Predictably, Marcelo said, "What? I've not heard that. I've not seen those comments." Here's Keylor Navas striking it long downfield towards Benzema, so towards the right, with Van Dijk in with a strong challenge. Van Dijk now a cushioned header which bounces centrally for Ronaldo, who's all over it and winning it ahead of Wijnaldum, and then Kroos lifts the ball over the top, but it bounces through to Karius. It was thrown up by Karius. Benzema got a touch on that, and it's in the net. A freak goal in the Champions League final. Karius was trying to distribute it, and Benzema blocked it, I think with his head.
His right foot, Benzema blocked it, John.
He got his foot to the clearance by Karius, who was trying to get rid of the ball, trying to distribute it to his teammate, and Benzema has deflected it back, and it rolled agonisingly into the back of the Liverpool net. It's 1-0 to Real Madrid.
Well, you won't concede a softer goal, will you? And he's trying to say to the referee, Karius, that obviously there was a problem with Benzema. I don't think there was. He tried to roll it really quickly, and all Benzema did was actually just put his foot in the way, and it just seemed to bounce off it. It was such a simple goal, but it's a schoolboy howler. Absolutely schoolboy howler.
There's no way Karius can say that's a foul.
No.
Listen, that is bad decision making.
I think he knew it, Karius. He knew that.
He did.
Yeah. He was resigned to it. He just underarmed it into the outstretched left leg of Benzema, who was leaning forward, and it really just hit him and rebounded into the net.
It's very similar to the goal he scored against Bayern, when the goalie wouldn't make a decision, slipped over.
Yeah. Well, again, everyone was saying yesterday from Real Madrid, Liverpool, as Mane has picked up for a foul on Ramos, and the Real Madrid players are very unhappy with that, and three of them have gone to both the assistant on the far side and referee Mazic.
John, this is what they do. This is what Madrid are brilliant at.
You talked about this last night.
This is what they do. Now all of a sudden, Mane's having a talking to. Ramos he went down, poleaxed, he got up, and now there's nothing wrong with him. We saw this against Juventus last year, did we not?
Well, the referee has...
he'd never be a heavyweight, would he?
The referee has...
Dear.
I presume been in conversation with his assistant.
Yeah.
I mean, Ramos went down. He put his hand up to his eye.
That's poor.
Marcelo playing the ball through to Benzema, who's in an offside position.
Who did he get sent off last year for Juventus?
Cuadrado.
Yeah.
In the final.
And he did. He got him sent off.
And that was referred to by Jurgen Klopp.
They do it all the time, and that's how they've been brought up.
Yeah.
But listen, everyone last night spoke about how in a final like this, that moments of luck, fortune...
That's what it is, mistakes, whatever. It's all...
But that is really a catastrophic, in footballing terms, a catastrophic way to go a goal down in a match like this. 1-0 Real Madrid lead. This is 5 Live, Radio Merseyside, and the World Service from the BBC. And you can hear the frustration of the Liverpool fans, Mark Lawrenson.
Yeah, well, also now Milner's on at the referee. You know, the senior pros in the Liverpool team have almost you've got to say, forget it. Yeah. Come on, we need a goal. Let's just start playing football. Let's forget about everything else, and let's get back to the way they played for the first half an hour, at least in the first half.
So without Mo Salah, and now a goal behind. Here comes Robertson playing the ball in from the left-hand side, but it's lifted up, not completely away by Casemiro, and Mane was able to get to it. That was poor from Real Madrid. Mane plays it to Milner. Milner lifts it in. It takes a flick off the head of Varane, which took it away from Firmino, who was inside the 6-yard box, and it's through for a corner.
That's a good response. Great ball in by Milner, wasn't it? Just misses this. Oh, he just gets a touch on it, Varane, doesn't he? I mean, you can't get it at the far post, but it's a corner.
Milner running over to take the corner with his arms, whips up the Liverpool supporters at that end of the ground. Liverpool, both teams attacking towards the ends where the bulk of their supporters are. Milner with the corner, 1-0 down Liverpool. Here it is, it's a high one towards the penalty spot, and it's headed by Lovren and poked into the net by Mane. Liverpool have equalised. Real Madrid were in front for only 4 minutes. The header from Lovren, and Mane got the crucial touch inside the 6-yard box to make it Real Madrid 1, Liverpool 1.
Well, that's the way you reply when you go down in the final, and a joke goal to give away. And well done to Mane, just involved in an incident with Ramos. He's just got on with it, and he's put Liverpool right back in this game.
I've got to say, he's been Liverpool's best player tonight. Oh, no, he's been excellent. We're just looking at it here. No, he's not offside. He's well onside. He's reacted first, got there before the keeper. And it's a good touch. Look, he reacts. Marcelo does it. The goalie does it, and he's there. Definitely onside.
Good header as well. Good header by Lovren.
Yeah,
strong.
Mane's been the best player tonight for Liverpool.
Well, everyone was predicting goals. I don't think many were predicting 0-0 at half-time. But we've now had a goal apiece. And we're 10 minutes into the second half.
Nothing gets you going more than a goal, John.
Well, it's certainly got those Liverpool supporters going. Smoke bombs have been let off. There is red smoke. Oh, that's a lunging challenge by Robertson on Nacho. And Real Madrid coming forward. Nacho's okay. He's back on his feet. Marcelo plays it square. Here's Kroos into the penalty area. Isco, but it was intercepted crucially by Henderson.
Proper game now, isn't it? Tempo's back.
Yeah.
Both teams going for it.
Feels like a cup match.
This is more what we expected. 1-1 after the freak goal scored by Benzema. Terrible error by Karius. Terrible error. And as Mark and Chris have been saying, absolutely crucial that Karius, not easy, puts that out of his mind. He's just got to forget about it. He's helped massively by the fact that Mane has equalised. So here's Marcelo now for Real Madrid. Ball towards Ronaldo. Beautiful touch from Ronaldo. Turns, goes for the byline. Lovren slides in and is able to scoop it away out for a throw down the left.
You can feel the game being extended, can't you? You can just, as you're watching it, it's starting to spread out completely.
Brilliant noise from the Liverpool supporters. Absolutely superb. Real Madrid take the throw. Marcelo gets it back, swirls it in, and it's headed away by Van Dijk, just readjusted. Liverpool's number 4 clears it out to Isco on the right-hand side. Isco back towards Nacho, who came on as the substitute for Carvajal. He is in the Spanish World Cup squad, Nacho. We will have coverage of the World Cup on 5 Live for you coming up in the next couple of weeks. Whenever there's a match on, you'll hear it either on 5 Live or Sports Extra live from Russia. Marcelo, little touch, then back towards the halfway line. And Mane puts in the challenge. And now Sergio Ramos takes it on, wins a throw-in off Wijnaldum on the far side, and Mane has taken a knock, and he's down on his knees.
I think Kroos left his foot in a little bit there because he lost possession, and as he got it back, he sort of left his foot in on Mane.
Sadio Mane, that goal, by the way, was his 20th of the season, the 3rd Liverpool player to reach 20 this season after Salah and Firmino, and he now has also got 10 goals in the Champions League this season, just like Salah and Firmino in the competition proper, that is. 1-1 the score. Jurgen Klopp wildly waving his arms on the edge of the coaching area as Nacho was put under pressure, but Real Madrid calmly, under great pressing, played their way out of difficulty. That red smoke is still drifting across the Kiev stadium here, and we can smell it as well. Here's Modric back towards Isco. Liverpool flying into the challenges. Milner in with the latest one on Modric, and then Casemiro had 3 Liverpool players around him. Then that's given away by Van Dijk. and Real Madrid back in possession inside.
It's fantastic at the minute. That goal's given them at least a life, but how long can they keep it up?
Well,
they just got to come and go at the right time, press at the right time.
That's what they're trying to do. Mane, who's okay, back on his feet, but Marcelo's wriggling away from him. Marcelo goes down, the ball runs free, there's no free kick. Now it's taken on, but Wijnaldum sort of lost his footing there as much as anything. Modric just overrun it, and Robertson came in with a challenge and whacked it away. I think he made contact with Modric as well, but
I think he just kicked the ball.
Good tackle.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the ball out of play.
Good tackle.
Well done, referee, by the way.
I think he's let it flow.
He's not asked the referee a few questions.
1-1 the score, with just over half an hour to play. Benzema, scorer of the Real Madrid opening goal. And now Modric on the right-hand side plays it back towards Nacho behind him. Kroos swings the ball out towards the left-hand side, where it's taken down and played forward to Ronaldo, who's on the left-hand side. Ronaldo turns, gives it back to Isco. Isco moving in from the left-hand side. A little pass square. Casemiro turns under pressure, gives it to Modric. Modric sets himself and then drifts around Milner. Modric still going. Nacho now. Nacho's ball across into the penalty area. Shot on the turn from Isco, and Carriers diving to his left is able to block it around the post.
I don't think he needed to save it. I think it was going wide, but I suppose after making a big mistake you can understand why he did decide to save it.
Going wide. It's a reaction save, making him a bit of confidence.
Corner nevertheless. 1-1 the score. Kroos to take it. The tall, blonde-haired German with the outswinger towards the edge towards the penalty spot, that is headed away by Firmino for Liverpool. And Kroos had come back from an offside position, and the flag went up with a flourish.
It's got to be Isco, is it?
Substitution, and it's Gareth Bale coming on for Real Madrid.
It's got to be Isco.
And it is Isco. So Gareth Bale runs onto the field to appear in a Champions League final for the fourth time, which is the same number of Champions League finals that Ryan Giggs played in. And on he comes, Isco's off, gets a pat on the back from Zidane, and Bale sends out a couple of instructions there.
Well, it looks like Bale's going to start on the right, obviously, and cut in.
He will be cut now because Ronaldo wants to play the left.
On the left,
He's not allowed to play on the left foot.
Real Madrid 1, Liverpool 1, and Gareth Bale on as a substitute, just as in Cardiff in the final last year, when Real Madrid successfully defended the title. Goes out of play for a throw to the holders halfway inside their own half. Taken by Nacho. Bale gets his first touch, but behind him Robertson lifts the ball into the Real Madrid half, then Varane stabs it away with his right foot. Wijnaldum's clearance, pass forward is blocked by Kroos, and Lovren has to go back to his goalkeeper Carriers behind him. Carriers just plays it with his right foot out to his right, and then the blonde-haired German goalkeeper, long ball downfield onto the head of Varane. Modric picks up the loose ball in midfield and plays it to Marcelo, who's off on one of those marauding Marcelo runs. He has Ronaldo out there with him as well. Ronaldo back to Marcelo, who tried to thread it through. There were three Liverpool players there though, and it was blocked away towards the halfway line. Real Madrid will start again. Gareth Bale, his dark hair tied up on the back of his head. Bale to Modric, and then Bale again, passing it back into his own half. And now Varane, the tall Frenchman, finds Modric on the right-hand side here, just makes a dart in front of where Zinedine Zidane, the great Zidane, who scored that brilliant goal in the final at Hampden, stands. Kroos now out towards the left-hand side, where it's taken down by Ronaldo. Ronaldo drifting from left to right. Henderson puts in the final challenge, so Ronaldo plays it back to Casemiro, who plays it to his fellow Brazilian Marcelo on the left-hand side. Marcelo's right-footed ball, an overhead kick, it's in from Bale! What a goal! What a brilliant goal in the Champions League final from Gareth Bale! And Real Madrid are back in front against Liverpool, crushing for Liverpool, but what a goal from Gareth Bale!
Right, you don't see him any better now. What an occasion as well. He's only been on the field 5 minutes. He's had about 4 touches. Wow, what a goal that is. Now when the ball comes in, you think no danger. He can't, he's going to maybe have to bring it down, maybe flick it on. Next thing, he's in the air. Wow, what a goal that is.
And what a substitution as well by Zinedine Zidane on at the right time. It's just an absolute wonder goal, this. As Chris said, you don't score from there apart from then.
Look at that.
You really...
It's like Ronaldo against Juventus,
It's
isn't it?
stunning.
But this is the
Absolutely
Champions
stunning.
League final.
What a goal.
Yeah. Well, how many seconds before that did I mention Zinedine Zidane's goal that he scored at Hampden Park?
7.
And that goal,
It might be the 8.5.
that goal is
That goal's better.
better.
Better. Oh, yeah.
You're not getting many better.
More difficult, John. More difficult.
You're not getting many better than that. Tell you that now.
Look at the manager.
Look
Look at
at
Zidane.
look.
Wow.
What a reaction
What a
from
goal.
Zidane.
What a goal.
The man who scored that goal. I mean, that is a tribute in itself, the way that Zidane was, what do you call that? He's sort of flicking his wrist, isn't he? And snapping his fingers.
Liverpool used to do that all the time.
Yeah, Terry McDermott.
Terry Mack used to do
You,
it.
the thing now is with Liverpool, just get back to playing again.
Well, they've had to come from a goal down once already in this final.
And you've got to look, John, differences in the benches. You know, you bring Bale on. They could bring Asensio on. But you look at the Liverpool, how are you going to change it?
That therein lies the problem, doesn't it, for Liverpool? Is that
They look a
the
bit
paucity in terms of the substitutions.
They look a bit tired. You know, when they come off
Well,
the pace,
yeah.
come off the pace.
Yeah.
It's really hard for them. Not listen, don't get us wrong, but they have come off the pace. And if they're not on the pace, Liverpool, they're on the grid now. Look, they're throwing.
Nacho's won it ahead of Robertson, and now Robertson trying to recover against Bale, but he is able to do that, and the ball is blocked back to Karius. But it is Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. We have 25 minutes to play. I think the Spanish radio station behind us is still finishing off the commentary on the Gareth Bale
I've got
goal.
to say, I still got to say that is an amazing goal. But is it better than Ronaldo's at Juventus away? I'm not sure.
But I think given
I'm not sure.
given the circumstances, I would say
I know,
yes.
but we're talking about a goal.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what match it is. Would you say? I still think Ronaldo's might trade that.
Mark?
I'm going for Bale's. I think the game does make a difference, and he'd only had 4 touches. How do you score when you've only had 4 touches?
He doesn't have a warm up.
Yeah, obviously doesn't need one. Now you know why.
I mean, the buzz is still going around the Kiev Stadium. The Liverpool supporters, obviously disconsolate. You know, it can only shock you to concede a goal like that. Marcelo, what a contrast between the 2 goals that Real Madrid have scored.
Football.
Yeah.
How mad is football?
Yeah, Marcelo swinging the ball across. It was Marcelo's cross, but Bale had so much to do with his back to goal and got the perfect contact. What was he, 14 yards out, 15 yards out?
See the look on the goalkeeper's face. It was, how on earth did that happen? Mind you, that's why he's like with the first goal.
Yeah, well, for very different reasons. But he got the perfect contact, Bale. Struck it so cleanly, and it arced into the top corner of the net. So 2-1 to Real Madrid, and Gareth Bale, we saw him score in the final in Lisbon, but this was something else. And Liverpool now, are you watching it again? Yes, you are.
Watching it. He never stop watching that.
Never tire. So almost midway through the second half, it feels like we've just seen such a... I mean, it feels like a deciding moment. It was such a good goal.
Well, I think Liverpool have gone flat, John, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
It's like, whoa, how on earth do we react from that?
However, there is still only 1 goal in it. Real Madrid leading Liverpool by 2 goals to 1 on 5 Live. And here's Alan Green to take you through to the 90 minutes.
Liverpool looked flattened. It was a stunning goal from the Welshman. Now, can Liverpool respond? Here's Lovren with Alexander Arnold on the far side, but he hits it long, looking for Mane, and it forces the defender to put the ball out of play. It's a throw into Liverpool, a third the way inside the Real Madrid half. And now that's a good ball to Lallana. Lallana is offside though. Free kick to Real Madrid.
It's not a bad ball to play though, Alan, because it just makes you think a little bit. Madrid at the back, you know, don't push out so easily, so give Liverpool a little bit more room to play in front of them.
It's trying to find that energy though, Mark, in 20 minutes to go basically, and It's hard. You can see they've run out with steam slightly, and it's very hard for the team to press, and Real Madrid's confidence are up.
Yeah.
They're moving the ball around very well.
It's you know, you can't keep revisiting the well, can you? In the end, it runs out.
Here's Robertson playing the ball in towards Mane. Mane's there. Oh, is that an own goal? Goodness gracious. From our angle, it looked as if Ramos may have put the ball into his own net. It's behind for a corner. But
he actually did brilliantly, Alan.
Just brilliant.
He did brilliantly. Mane comes to him. He's just got to dink it over the goalkeeper.
Goalkeepers are no man's land.
Well, goalkeepers all over the place at both ends.
Ramos is okay. And it's a Liverpool corner. From the left, Milner to take it. 21 minutes to go here in the Champions League final. Played in towards the far post. Punch clear by Navas. It's going out to play on the far side of the field for another throw in to Liverpool.
I keep sticking it in there, by the way. He will make another mistake, him.
Look at Varane pulling on Virgil van Dijk's shirt.
You sound surprised, Alan. Every time the ball goes in any box.
What gets me is that referees do not clamp down on that. All season in the Premier League, it's ignored. Throw-in taken. Goes to Mane. Mane switches the play. Wijnaldum just inside the penalty. Back to Mane. Mane on the left foot. Shot! Hits the post! Almost 2-2. This game isn't over.
Mane for me has been excellent tonight. I've got to say, he's been a threat when he was on the left. He came on the right. He went quiet a little bit before half time, but second half, if Liverpool's going to get back in the game, it's going to be him.
It was a little bit of a Salah moment, wasn't it? Cutting in from the right, left foot.
20 minutes to go. You're listening to 5 Live, the World Service and Radio Merseyside on the BBC.
Stick it underneath the crossbar. Don't foul the goalkeeper.
Milner, right-footed, in towards the goalkeeper, but that was well caught by Navas. Admittedly, he wasn't under much pressure, and he throws the ball out towards this near side of the field. It's an awful throw, and it's straight out of play. Modric is furious. Navas apologises.
Ramos is furious. They're all furious.
Well, I said when Salah had to go off, I thought he was the quieter of the front three.
Yeah.
And I picked Mane ahead of Firmino. Mane's had a great game. Here's Lallana. Lallana on to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum just dinks it to the right. Alexander-Arnold into Wijnaldum again. Wijnaldum and 2 Real players closing down on him, now a third. So he's forced to play it back to Lovren inside the Liverpool half. 26 minutes played in the second half. Real Madrid lead Liverpool by 2-1. The first Real goal presented by, frankly, a disgraceful error by Karius. Absolutely appalling. He has shown some good form of late, but there are many Liverpool fans who are convinced Liverpool need a new number 1 goalkeeper. Mignolet is probably away in the summer as well. Here Liverpool bring it forward. That pass by Wijnaldum took an unfortunate deflection off a Real player, and now Real play it towards Modric. He's got Bale to his right. He's played forward to Ronaldo instead. Benzema's available. Ronaldo into the penalty. Ronaldo, he's thought about going down there.
He did think about going down.
And there wasn't a challenge on him. He just thought about going down. Typical Ronaldo. As it is, he runs the ball behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, Van Dijk did well. He slid in as though to make the challenge and just withdrew his foot. And I think once he slid in, I think Ronaldo then kind of thought he's going to make contact, but fortunately for Liverpool, he didn't.
Here's Henderson to Alexander-Arnold. The ball still inside the Liverpool half. Henderson needs to rally his troops. Back it goes to Lovren, and now Van Dijk.
Look how far up the pitch Robertson is.
Well, Liverpool aren't going to go out with a whimper, that's for sure.
Oh, no.
Ball is back with Karius again. And Karius forward to Henderson. Henderson was under a little bit of pressure there, but Henderson plays the ball back to his goalkeeper once more. Jurgen Klopp yelling instructions from the edge of his technical area. Zidane's out on the edge too. Ball breaks kindly for Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum, Mane through the middle, for Mane to his right. Firmino crosses the ball, plays for handball. Firmino shoots and then it's saved, and anyway I think it was offside against Lallana.
Yeah. I don't think it was handball. I mean, it hit him, it hit his arm, but he's so close.
No,
so close.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, he never moved his arm towards the ball.
Yeah.
No chance.
Oh, that's a great ball through the middle, controlled immediately, and now here's Ronaldo, could finish Liverpool off, and he chips it wide.
What a tackle that is!
Must have been a tackle by Robertson.
Absolutely sensational tackle.
That should have been the end.
By the way, how does Benzema pick that ball up down the middle?
I know.
Where is the defence?
Brilliant tackle this is.
Yeah, brilliant.
My word. Do you know something? It's not a corner.
No, it's not. I was just
It's
gonna
not a
say.
corner because Robertson played the ball into Ronaldo's foot.
Well,
and it went behind.
what's that fifth official doing there? He's up to be fair, he's only 2'8" away
It's
from
such
it.
a nice uniform.
Reading the programme.
Yes, how much does it cost in the programme?
£10.
Ridiculous. Anyway, corner to Real Madrid that shouldn't have been. Real lead 2-1. 16 minutes or thereabouts to go. Real Madrid heading for a third successive Champions League title. Corner played short. Marcelo. Back to Modric. Marcelo's available again. Left of the penalty area. He crosses high into the box. The header back by Ramos. Liverpool keep the pressure on. They might counter-attack here.
Tell you what, it's a big interception that by Nacho. It's a big interception, Alan. Liverpool are away.
Yeah, he's given a free kick here against Alexander-Arnold for the tackle on Nacho.
Caught his foot, caught Nacho's left foot. Has it been a booking?
No.
Well, he went to book Mane. When they started arguing about saying it was an elbow, he changed his mind.
Yeah, I think he looked at Ramos and thought,
Very high.
How can I give a card for a tackle on Ramos?
Very high Liverpool. He had a lot of space to put that ball in.
Liverpool dare not concede a third. Not with a quarter of an hour to go.
And the other problem is the goalkeeper looks like he's trying to come and rectify his mistake here.
It's chipped in. The flag's up for offside immediately. There are at least 2 Real Madrid players offside. Free kick to Liverpool. Be careful what you do with it, Karius. Karius had Benzema close to him again. I mean, that was such a schoolboy mistake.
Oh, it's
by
just
Karius. Awful.
It's just a howler.
No, that was careless. Initially from Ronaldo. And now Real have it on the far side of the field. Searching for the killer goal. Good tackle though by the Liverpool captain Henderson. Finds Alexander-Arnold. He drives it forward. Firmino certainly barged into Ramos. That should have been a free kick. Wasn't given. But now handball. It's handball against Lallana.
Was it handball?
We're a long way away.
Really, really quickly as well, wasn't he? Trying to pinch it.
Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Concerned.
Stick or twist time.
What does he do?
Well, he's got nothing really to throw on at.
Well, he could throw on Solanke.
Yeah. And go a little bit kind of route one-ish.
Yeah, maybe.
But tuck Lallana in behind the front 3. We'll see. Anyway, it's a Real Madrid free kick, which has been rather wasted. Ronaldo's pass back to Alexander-Arnold wasn't great, though. He finds Firmino. In towards Ronaldo again. That was a loose pass by the Brazilian. Modric takes it up. Firmino wins it back. Ball inside the centre circle with Lallana. That tackle by Firmino encouraged the Liverpool fans. Now it's with Robertson. Back to the captain, Henderson. Henderson to Lovren. Lovren plays it further forward. Ronaldo turns and runs away from Cruz. Good ball to Milner. Left edge of the penalty. Low cross in. Goodness, if that hadn't been cleared by Varane, Lallana was there. But Liverpool have a throw-in on the near side of the field.
Great positioning Varane as well to clear the cross.
Thrown back to Robertson. Now Van Dijk to Henderson. Real Madrid have got everybody back behind the ball apart from Ronaldo. There's the cross into their penalty area, headed away. Lovren meets the headed clearance. Taps it back to Henderson. Square pass to the left to Van Dijk. And on to Robertson. Robertson will want to attack at every possible opportunity. Henderson. Forward to Milner. Milner tackled. That was a dive by Nacho. Rightly ignored by the referee. But
well, he looked at the referee and as soon as he saw the referee was giving nothing, he was on his feet.
Yeah. Well, they all do it. Now Firmino. Good play by the Brazilian, holding off a challenge. Taps the pass forward. Milner level with the edge of the Real Madrid penalty. Checks onto his right foot. Where is the ball going now? He's tackled by Modric for a challenge. And now Cruz clears it. Straight to Liverpool's possession once more. Alexander-Arnold on the far side of the field. 13 minutes to go plus added time. Real Madrid lead 2-1. Alexander-Arnold passes forward. Took a deflection off a Real player. Didn't reach Firmino properly. And Marcelo with the clearance to the captain on the far side. I said the captain, Ronaldo. He acts like the captain. You know, it's me all the time. Here's Milner. Milner back to Ronaldo. On to Mane, Liverpool's best player in the night. Mane runs away from one tackle. can't beat the second tackle. Mane's gone down at the moment. I think he's okay. But Real have the ball. A run forward by Bale was completely ignored by Cruz.
Well, I think he saw it, Alan. I think he saw it. He was just shifting the ball from foot to foot, and he just didn't have that split second to deliver it.
Casemiro to Cruz, and back to Ramos. Ramos, who may well be lifting the Champions League trophy for the third season in succession. 13th triumph in all for Real Madrid. Have they been the better side?
Yes, actually, probably over the course of the play now. They have, but I mean, how mad is it that the first goal is given to them, and the second goal is an absolute whirlwind.
Brilliant goal by Bale.
First 35 minutes, I thought Liverpool were good, far better side, looked the more likely to score, and then they sort of come off the pace.
I think the Liverpool fans need to find another chorus of "You'll Never Walk Alone." At the moment, many of them are in despair away to our left.
I don't think Liverpool may have exploited the flanks enough.
No, they were better in the first half down the flanks.
They've got in great areas, and all right, the quality might have been there, but they're not. Second off, the two wide men for Real Madrid don't track the fullbacks. Simple as, let them run, and they've not exploited it.
Here's Varane to Ramos, and quickly played forward to Cruz. Cruz just short of the halfway line. Good ball to the left side. Ronaldo. Bale's relatively unmarked. Ball is back with Marcelo on the Real right. 1-2 played by Marcelo, and then he gets the ball wide to Ronaldo again. I think Real are just happy to retain possession at the moment.
They're good at it, Alan.
Yeah, they are good at it.
What they do, get in front, keep the ball, invite the foul.
Liverpool not hurting them at the moment. Modric tries to turn the ball into the path of the Welshman, but hits Robertson inside to play for a throw-in. No one in any great urgency to take it.
A little bit of an absence of Klopp at the moment on the touchline. That's quite unusual. I wonder if he's having a chat with the coaching staff, what he's going to do next.
Inside the last 10 minutes of the regular 90. Here's Ramos. Mane puts him under pressure. Ramos just got the ball back to his goalkeeper, Navas. And Navas now swings his right foot and directs it towards Gareth Bale. Beaten in the air by Van Dijk. But the Dutchman's header ran to Nacho. Now Modric into Casemiro, and that's a loose pass by Casemiro, but Milner, unfortunately for Liverpool, slipped and couldn't intercept properly. Now it's with Bale. Ronaldo through the middle. Arm aloft on the far side with Benzema. Play towards Benzema. Benzema shoots, saved by Karius.
What a sensational pass by Bale.
Brilliant.
Unbelievable, by the way.
Here's Milner.
Outside the foot.
Well, Karius, I don't think, can quite make up for his error that led to the first Real goal, but he's trying hard. Throw into Real Madrid on the far side of the field. It's with Benzema. Benzema to the left of the Liverpool penalty area, knocks it back to Marcelo. Now it's Cruz. Marcelo once more. Liverpool can't get the ball.
Yeah, the other thing, Alan, is all of a sudden when you're starting to run backwards, you don't half start to feel tired.
John, all that pressure Liverpool applied in the first half. Right. Mane may well be the first card.
Milner?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Mane.
Milner's just got a bit of cramp. I saw him grabbing his calf before.
Ramos again. Quelle surprise.
Here comes Emre Can.
Oh, he's not. Come on. Oh, go away, please. You get the game done away with.
Well, Ramos waited. And you know something? The way he reacted was a disgrace. Ramos. Now, a yellow card for Mane, and Emre Can with his last minutes in a Liverpool shirt.
Right, so let's try and see what they're going to do now. Push Ronaldo over on the right a little bit.
That'll be the same. He'll just take Milner's place.
But there's almost three of them holding hands there in midfield.
8 minutes plus added time remaining here in Kiev. Real Madrid lead Liverpool by 2-1. Here's Bale shooting from long range. What a mistake by Karius. The ball hit directly to him, and that is the end of Karius as Liverpool's #1 goalkeeper. That is a shocking error, and Real Madrid lead 3-1.
Well, there's no excuse, and even if the ball moved a little bit in the air, even if it moved, his position in terms of his hands, it was just nowhere near it. It kind of went through him completely.
Yeah, well, Gareth Bale lined himself up, and he did it a good shot. You can't say he did it. It moves a lot, but as you say, at that level, just punch it away. Just keep it out of the net.
Chris, 99.5 times out of 100, you save that for fun.
Bale's second goal of the game. His first was fantastic. His second, and not his fault, and another goalkeeping mistake.
He's hit it well, by the way. He's come and saved. What is he, 30 yards? It moves with the goalie.
So just seeing a replay.
It's a shocker.
Why does the goalie fall to the ground?
I really don't know.
Shocking.
Oh my goodness. Paticate, Baker's man, wasn't it? Dear.
Well, for so long, Mignolet looked
gets worse
perhaps the
every
better
time.
option to Karius. Then Karius got the number one vote from Jurgen Klopp. Now he's shown twice tonight that he ain't good enough. He's a goner as Liverpool's goalkeeper.
He was actually watching the replay on the big screen opposite him.
I know.
It's surely beyond Liverpool now. They must know that, particularly with the clotting goal behind
here he goes.
Here's Bale again. Bale's on for a hat-trick. Bale into the penalty area. Brilliant tackle.
Well, Ronaldo's asking for the pass.
Should have played Ronaldo.
He should have, I know, but when you're on a hat-trick, you know, he got very excited there, didn't he?
Yeah. And his last touch was like the heaviest touch he's had since he's been on the pitch.
He goes past Henderson.
Look, that's heavy, wasn't it?
Lovren does well to be fair.
Very good. Great tackle by Lovren.
Put Lovren in goal.
Yeah, exactly. There's a Liverpool goalkeeper who actually has shown tonight that both his hands are useless.
How do you come back from this as well?
You can't come back from this. Liverpool fans, in their despair tonight, will be laughing at the very thought that Karius is their number one goalkeeper next season.
I don't think
everybody's talking about how well he's been playing, Alan.
Sorry?
Everybody said how great he's been the last 3 months.
Improved.
Better.
Improved.
Better, Chris.
That's all.
Remember the shot from Roma where he let through his hands and hit the crossbar and came out, and that was at 0-0.
Now
It just takes the wind out your sails. Look at Liverpool. Look at the body language. Absolutely, just completely.
Puts up very young Liverpool fans in tears, now shielding their eyes. They can't believe that, they'd be playing with a goalkeeper behind them in a schoolboy team who would make such mistakes. The ball is behind. It's a goal kick to Liverpool. 4 minutes to go. Real Madrid fans can't believe their good fortune tonight in having, in effect, 2 goals scored by the Liverpool goalkeeper.
Yeah, mind you, the one they did score was worth.
Oh, it was wonderful. No denying that at all. Henderson on towards Firmino. Tackled by Casemiro. And now it's with Ronaldo on the far side of the field. He rushes to keep it in play. Remember, Ronaldo hasn't scored a goal tonight.
He's only had one shot.
Well, he's tackled there and beaten. And now Alexander-Arnold just to the right of his penalty area. Slides it forward to Ronaldo. And now man is brought down by Marcelo.
Clever foul though, isn't it? Again, this is what we talk about. Miles from your own goal, bring him down. Waste 25-30 seconds.
A little over 3 minutes to go, plus added time, but not remotely enough. This is not Barcelona in 1999, when United trailed 1-0 going into added time, still with spirit, to find 2 added time goals to win the European Cup under Sir Alex Ferguson. Liverpool look totally deflated now. 2 goals behind, there's no coming back from this.
No.
Here's Henderson, just over the halfway line. Henderson. To Shan, and Shan to Ronaldo. Still find that a very strange substitution, bringing Emre Can on when Solanke's on the bench.
Well, he's just brought it on with 2 light players, hasn't he?
There's a cross into the Real penalty area. It's headed away. There's a foul.
Stop rolling. Oh, he had a look. Is it Nacho?
Yeah, Firmino was a bit late. He's frustrated. You can see that, but
Nacho had a look at the referee.
Substitution will be Asensio coming on. Is it for Benzema? Will he take Ronaldo off?
He won't take Ronnie off.
Asensio is coming off, and he's coming on for Benzema.
Wasn't going to be Ronnie, was it?
I thought it might have been.
The sulk would have been enormous. Yeah, you don't take the risk of offending Ronaldo. not unless you're absolutely sure that his career is on the downslope.
It's funny that you talk about what happened, and I know the goalie's made mistakes, but the game basically has gone, Liverpool first 35 minutes, we thought, get yourselves in front, you got a chance, they didn't. Alright, they came back in the game after that, but then Real Madrid used all their experience, 65, 70 minutes, take control of the game, knowledge.
Basically, we always said, I think, at the start of the game, not backing ourselves in, but Liverpool to win needed to score the first goal. I think that was the key to this game.
But Mane, having scored so soon after Real Madrid took the lead, while it might just have opened up for Liverpool, maybe it was the psychological blow of losing Salah after 29 minutes of the game.
Or maybe the fact that the goalkeeper was absolutely hopeless.
They could have been playing with 10 men there tonight, Liverpool, and wouldn't be much worse off. And I am sure Mignolet, I've seen interviews with Mignolet, and he's far too nice a guy to take any pleasure and carry his discomfort. But would he have been any worse, Mignolet? It's chipped forward towards Mane. Mane into the penalty area, well covered though by Ramos, the Real captain. And then Mane wins the ball back and he's fouled. Yeah. And it's a free kick to Liverpool.
I know we started Ramos off and say that,
he's a clever professional.
He's been good tonight.
Very, very clever.
He's been good though.
Very clever.
So Liverpool have a free kick, which Alexander-Arnold will swing in. He's come across to the near side of the field. Fourth official ready to tell us how many minutes are being added on. Of added time, I don't think it matters. But it's 3. Alexander-Arnold, 6 yards in from the Liverpool left touch line. Not far in advance of the front edge of the penalty area. Swings in towards the far post, headed down. The line is there. His was a weak shot, and it's taken away by Modric, and Modric clears it. Well, the way Juventus played, I did the final last year in Cardiff, the way Juventus played in the first half, 4-1 flattered Real Madrid. I just hope now they don't score a fourth goal.
I can't say the clinical of goal is too. The third is basically kick, what a goal. Mistake and obviously mistake. But it's just that they have a style of playing, don't they? And you think, they look rattled, they look slow, they're not got anything going for them. But the persevere, keeping that ball moving, keep the ball moving.
Yeah.
Here's Shan, wins 2 tackles. Ball breaks back to Ronaldo, but he can't control it, and it's out of play, and it's off Ronaldo. It's going to be a throw into Real Madrid on the far side of the field.
And it's an unbelievable achievement in today's modern football to win this thing 3 years running.
Totally agree. And Zidane, the first coach to win 3 in succession.
Yeah.
Wonderful achievement. And still, some Real Madrid fans aren't convinced. Real on the attack is played in towards Ronaldo, and that was a vital interception by Van Dijk.
Asensio, what a ball.
What a ball, what a throw-in. Wasn't it? Throw-in was a through ball.
Corner to Real Madrid. We played half of the additional
What
time.
do you say if you're the manager to the goalkeeper? I mean,
goodbye.
It's almost impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how you can say anything that could console him without the goalkeeper knowing that he's finished as Liverpool's number 1. He must be on his way. There, after the Brazilian goalkeeper at Roma, allegedly, and yet think of all those goals that Liverpool scored against Roma.
Stoke goalkeeper have been thinking?
There must be many schoolboy goalkeepers better than Karius. Here's Henderson. Henderson plays it towards the left side. Another Liverpool player, apparently injured, or maybe just a bit of cramp on the far side of the field. Robertson was well tackled. Real on the counter-attack, and now it's with Ronaldo down the right side. Great first touch. There's a fan on the pitch at the moment inside the penalty where Ronaldo is. Ronaldo shoots, and what is going on?
Some village have lost an idiot.
Well, I don't know who he represents, but he's entirely wrong. Thankfully, he's not wearing a Liverpool red shirt, but I can't tell who he supports.
You wouldn't want a night in Kiev clinic, would you? Stroke jail.
I don't think it'll be a night, it'll be a year.
There is the final whistle. The referees had enough, Liverpool have had enough, and Real Madrid are champions of Europe for the 13th time. No one can deny their pedigree. Liverpool certainly matched them in the first half. For 35 minutes, they were the better side. But Real fans celebrate, and Liverpool fans, the majority of fans inside this stadium, can't emphasise that enough, 2/3 Liverpool to 1/3 Real Madrid.
Alan,
they're looking at Karius and thinking, what on earth have we got in goal?
One of the Liverpool outfield players has gone to the goalkeeper. That tells you all you need to know. What on earth would you say to him? For goodness sake. I mean, I feel really, really sorry for him, and I think the second error was worse than the first error, because the second error is would have stopped that.
Yeah, but he hasn't, obviously, he doesn't need to do anything like that.
No.
You would think somebody would go up to him.
Well, that tells you, listen, every picture tells a story.
Why don't the players go, anyway, he's made mistakes, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
I know, they've won a game to make. But you know, it's Real Madrid
players who've gone to Karius. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Dear, oh dear. Still, no Liverpool player has gone towards Karius. Lovren is the nearest one. It's a member of the Liverpool backroom staff who's putting his arm around him now. Karius is crying. But, there's no comeback from that. There is no comeback from that.
As a player, no, but and as much as Klopp will say about him that they'll look after him and everything like that, you hit the nail on the head before, Alan. The crowd won't have him.
No.
The Liverpool supporters will not have him.
To be honest, it's a bit like Emre Can being brought on as substitute.
Well, I think that's different.
I don't think that any Liverpool fan would have appreciated that.
Well, no, they wouldn't have appreciated it, but unfortunately what's happened to the goalkeeper, you cannot be at the club and come back from that. It is absolutely impossible, I'm afraid. I feel really, really sorry for him, but there was two they were schoolboy howlers. You cannot describe them as any other way.
Liverpool players are mostly dying on the pitch at the moment. It has not been Liverpool's night, there's no question. This is 1981 revisited. That's the last European Cup / Champions League final that Real Madrid lost. Alan Kennedy scored the only goal that night, but tonight it's Real Madrid's win, and you have to say that on the balance of play over the 90 plus minutes, they deserve it.
Yeah, and Klopp's on amongst all the players, some of the obviously substitutes, generally all the players who played in the game. I don't think he's gone over to the goalkeeper.
Well, how can you be sincere about consoling the keeper in these circumstances?
That's the point that I'm trying to make. It's what do you do? And it's unfortunate, but the goalkeeper has almost become a bigger talking point as an absolutely wonderful goal from Gareth Bale. Absolutely brilliant it was, nothing short of.
Well, a couple of the Liverpool substitutes have gone up now towards Karius. I see Danny Ings in the vicinity. Jurgen Klopp still hasn't made his way on the pitch. Oxlade-Chamberlain, they would have missed a player like him tonight.
But I think if you look at the team and you look at the game now, first 35 minutes I thought everybody was on the game, and it looked good for Liverpool. And then obviously Salah goes off, but if you actually look at the game overall, I thought the back four's done alright. I think the back four did okay, and I think Mane was Liverpool's best player for me by miles. And I think the back four in Mane can really say they played up to their level which they've been playing.
It's finished. Liverpool 1, Real Madrid 3.